I spent 3 weeks gathering information before I said a word. I'm a detail-oriented person. 9 years of running a household will do that to you. So I quietly went through everything. Bank statements, credit cards, receipts. I found hotel charges going back 14 months. 14 months. I found a jewelry purchase that was not a piece of jewelry I owned. I found a weekend he told me was a work conference in Denver. There was no conference in Denver. When I finally confronted Daniel, I was sitting at the kitchen table with a folder. Everything printed, everything dated, everything organized. He didn't even try to deny it for long. What he said instead, and I want you to understand that this is a direct quote, was, "You need to calm down and think about what you actually have without me." He said it like it was a kindness, like he was doing me a favor by reminding me how small my world had become. And the worst part? He wasn't wrong about the facts. He was just wrong about what they meant. The divorce was brutal. He had a lawyer on retainer within 48 hours. I had to ask my mother to lend me money to hire one. That moment, calling my mom at 34 years old to ask for help because I had no access to funds, was one of the most humiliating of my life. His lawyer's strategy was essentially, she chose not to work, she has no career, she made a lifestyle choice and now she wants to be compensated for it. They argued that my contribution to the household was worth very little in concrete terms, that I had simply been living off his income by choice. I sat in a conference room and listened to a man in a suit describe 9 years of my life as a lifestyle choice. Daniel sat across from me and looked at the table. There were weeks where I barely got out of bed. Not because I was heartbroken over him, I think the love had quietly left the building before I even knew it, but because I was terrified. I was 34 and I felt completely invisible. Like I had spent a decade building something that only existed because someone else allowed it to. My sister drove 4 hours to come stay with me for 2 weeks. She brought groceries and slept on the couch and didn't say I told you so once, even though she absolutely could have. My lawyer, a sharp, no-nonsense woman named Patricia, who I will be grateful for until I die, argued the full value of my domestic contribution, the years of foregone earnings, the career I had set aside, the support that had directly enabled his professional success. It took 8 months. It was the longest 8 months of my life. But Patricia won. I walked away with a settlement, the car, and 3 years of spousal support while I got back on my feet. Daniel moved in with Derek from work 2 weeks after the divorce was finalized. I stood in my new empty apartment, small, imperfect, mine, and felt something I hadn't expected. Relief. Part 3 dropping tomorrow.